What's going on to all my gaming addicts and gameaholics? Welcome back to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast, a show all about gaming and other related news to give you that fix to ease your gaming itch. This is episode number 61, and today is March 12th, 2023. I'm your host, Trey Turpin, and of course, in this episode, we are going to discuss the topics Xbox trying to sabotage Call of Duty on PlayStation, Starfield's new release date, and we actually got a date for their new direct to show more information about the Starfield game that's coming out, Suicide Squad getting delayed, and more. And of course, as always, I'm accompanied by my brother Shane Turpin. What's going on, bruh?
What's going on, bruh?
Hey, here we have finally got some gaming news to go ahead and share our opinions about it to our listeners here. So I'm ready to get to it, man. Before we get started, we always talk about what we've been up to. So I'm gonna throw it to you. I know you said you ain't really played much. You said you only played one game, but go ahead and let us know what you've been playing. What's that one game?
Man, don't knock me though. But nah, here lately, me and my girl, we've been playing that Walking Dead, bruh. Like I think I've been talked. I think I said we played that before, but yeah, that's the only game I played here this week.
Mm-hmm. Just season 1 or 2.
I think we're on one. I think she's still on one. Yeah, I think she's still on one. No, well, she said two. Yeah,
Okay,
two.
season 2. Okay, I ain't even
Yeah,
start that one. That's what's up. So you guys completed the first season. How was that?
yeah.
How did y'all think? What did y'all think about that one?
Uh, Hey, she liked it. I liked it. Like I said, she's in two, and we loving it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, yeah, definitely enjoy every minute of it. You know what I mean? It kept us interested. Like we was taking turns. You know what I mean? It's different parts.
Of course.
Uh, Definitely. The story was interesting. Like keeping us locked. We like, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, ooh, you know what I mean? Like it's always
Yeah.
something. Like so, yeah. It's been good for real.
Yeah, I remember. It's been so long ago since I completed season 1 with my wife and I, but we played that one, and the ending was just so sad, man. It's just
Oh
like,
man.
we're like, we couldn't wait to jump into the second season, but we just never did. It's like my wife and
Right.
I, we get into a spell of playing the game together, and then like it just goes away real quick. If we're not on it, like she'll lose interest. I'll move on to a different game, and we'll just be on it from there. But that's what's up. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to. I'm gonna have to let her know that you guys are playing it. It might make her want to jump into it too, because she really enjoyed it. But man, I've been playing the same games pretty much since last time. I've been playing that Death's Door. I've been really getting far in that. I actually defeated the second boss. My son really loves it when I play that game. I don't know why. He just is drawn to it. He just sees some little bird with a sword just killing things. He's just into it. And I sat the controller down one time, and he picked up the controller and started playing it. And I'm just like analyzing him, watching him. And he's like getting the hang of it. Like compared to when I used to give him the controller, he ain't really know what to do. But now
Right, right.
he's playing with it, and like he's just moving like back and forth, and then like he noticed that there's some stairs, and he'll like walk down the stairs, and then like he actually started killing some enemies. Like he found out how to attack, so he presses that button and kills them, and he's like, yay. He be getting too hyped.
Mhm.
And then he's starting to learn how to climb up and down the ladders. Like you got ladders, climbing up and down the ladders. uh, he finally found out that you got to press a button to do it, and so that's what he's been doing. And he'll climb the ladder, jump down, climb it again, jump down, and just keep climbing again. I'm like, man, within another year or so, you gonna be on it. I was like, we need to get you like a Mario or a Sonic game or something. Go ahead, so you can start learning how to do your platforming. But nonetheless, I've been playing that. It's a really good game. Hopefully, I can complete it here soon. It says I'm almost halfway complete on that. And then our older brother Steve, he actually stopped by this weekend, and we were playing a bunch of that Battlefield 2042. They just launched season 4, which is I believe it's probably the best state Battlefield 2042 has been in. They have a new map. I think it's the best map, and it's a smaller map. It's not a 128 players. It's the traditional 64 players, so 32 versus 32. And I'm just having a blast with that map. But we've been playing that back and forth, and as well, we've been playing Madden 23. So that's all I've been playing this week. I was looking forward to actually playing Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's actually about to leave Game Pass here in the next couple days. But I'm like, I don't like rushing through games like that. So that was just one of those mini games I missed that was on Game Pass, me thinking I have time to play them. And then a year goes by and that they're leaving the service and I never get a chance to play it. So that's the good and the bad thing about Game Pass. They have awesome games, but they just don't stay there.
You can buy it for a discount right now if you.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I've seen it on sale for cheaper than what the discount is. So I'll probably wait to buy it for like $15-$20 or so down the line. Because I heard it was a very, very good game. So I definitely want to play that. But yeah, man, that's all I've been playing. Was there anything else that you want to mention before we go ahead and hop into the topics?
Nah, man.
All right, too easy. All right, so before we go ahead and get started, if you would like to support the show, go ahead and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date when new videos drop. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment to let us know what you think about this episode's topics. If you're an audio listener, make sure to subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to stay up to date for new episodes if you haven't already. Also, rate and leave a review, which would help the show out tremendously. And of course, on behalf of the Gap, a big thanks to everyone for continuing to show love and support. All right, bruh. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something a little bit different this time. I'm gonna go ahead and wait, did I? No, I'm on it. We're going to go ahead and talk about, it's not the headliner, but we're going to go ahead and talk about a topic that I think is interesting here, which
Okay, let's
is,
get to it.
games pretty much getting announced late that's going to be launching onto Game Pass, whether if it's a good or a bad thing. So this past week, there were a couple of publisher shows that went ahead, like Capcom. They went ahead and had shows pretty much spotlighting and highlighting upcoming games that are coming out very soon. They went ahead and gave us more details about Resident Evil 4, which is one of my games I'm really looking forward to. But the interesting thing is that they went ahead and showed more about the game Exo Primal, which was actually announced a year ago during a state of play, and it's getting ready. They went ahead and gave us a release date. It's coming out July, I believe it's July 14th. And they also went ahead and announced that a beta is coming next week. And not only that, they also went ahead and announced that it's coming day one to Xbox Game Pass. Now, this isn't the first time a game has been announced, and it gets closer to launch, and then eventually they're like, "Hey, by the way, it's coming out on Game Pass." Like, to me, all those games that did that turned out to not really turn out to be great games. Like, they're probably fun, it has its audience or so, but it's not that commercial hit that they were probably looking for. So I want to ask you, Shane, what does this pretty much tell you about this game Exo Primal, that it was announced a year ago and now a year goes by and now they're deciding like, hey, by the way, it's coming out in July, but it's also coming out day and date on Xbox Game Pass?
Man, pretty much to me is where somebody dropped the bag, or what's going on here? I mean, like, why else would they release on day and date? Like,
You mean
I
drop the bag?
mean,
Like, what do you mean? I mean, Dropping the bag meaning, yeah, what do you mean by that? Because I think it's a good thing that it's coming out on Game Pass, but at
Oh,
the
you
same
asking me?
time,
Okay, I think I misunderstood. Yeah, I definitely think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know what I mean?
or okay,
It's definitely it's a good thing for Game Pass for sure.
okay, but so okay, let me see. So it's a good thing for Game Pass, but what do you think about what does that portray that game? I don't think I'm saying it right. Like, because to me, I'll just go ahead and tell you what I'm thinking. Every
All
time it's
right.
like a game, it gets shown. We don't know much about it. Then I believe it had a deep dive. Like I think IGN went over it a little bit, or I think we actually got an extended gameplay trailer not too long ago, and the reception didn't really go over well. Like it wasn't a
Okay.
game like, oh, super hyped. Yeah, got to get this day one. Like it didn't break any type of media or anything like that. So then they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to go ahead and put it on Game Pass the next time you hear about it. So another game that did that was Outriders. Outriders came out, I guess, it didn't say anything about it being on Game Pass, but then I want to say like a month or two before it was about to launch, they went ahead and saw that the pre-order numbers wasn't that great, and they went ahead and made a deal with Xbox to put it on Game Pass day one.
Hmm.
And they also did that with Rainbow Six Extraction. Like that game was getting ready to come out. We had a release
So
date
it's like a
for it.
recovery move. It's like,
Yep.
man, we ain't projected sales. Man, let's
That,
go ahead and
that
go on the Game Pass, man.
that's pretty much what I was trying to say with like, how do you think this makes Exo Primal look like it's been out for like usually when a game gets
I
announced,
get what you're saying. Yeah, for
like
sure. In
it's
that
like a
case, yeah,
immediately.
okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. It do make it look like what's going on here. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it don't seem good.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was wanting to see. If
Right.
I was the only one that thought that. If I was the only one that thought that, because I love new games coming out day one on Game Pass, bet. But also, it's like you kind of waited until the last minute,
Minute,
you
right. After
know.
you delay the game or whatever, and
You
then
went
wait
ahead
to the
and
last minute till it's supposed to come
the,
out, and then say, "Oh
the
yeah, by the way,
reception.
I don't think it's gonna do what it's gonna do." And yeah, so we got this other option over here because they threw us a little something for every download or whatever. But whatever, we'll take what we can get.
So I
They gotta
do
make it
think,
back somehow. I mean,
of course,
if, but then again, like it's like, is it creating like trash games though? So is it like, you
and
know what I mean?
that goes
Is
to
that
my next
incentivized?
question. Like my next question is like, because people are already saying like Game Pass is going to be like Netflix gives us more content, but it's not going to be quality. So yeah, more games are coming out day one on Xbox Game Pass, but does that mean it's going to be quality games? And that's what it kind of seems like. Like I think it's a win-win regardless, but also it just makes it seem I don't I don't know. If you're not announcing it to come on Game Pass like within the first 3 months that it's been announced or something like that, for me, I think you're just doing a fail safe. Like, hey, the pre-orders aren't looking good, the hype isn't looking good, we're not trending on Twitter. Let's go ahead and get this fail safe, put it on Game Pass. First of all, it's a multiplayer game, so we need all the
We're
people
not
we can
trending on
get.
Twitter.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being serious.
No, I know, no. They probably do be looking at them numbers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
bet you they do for
so
real.
I just feel like I wonder. Um, I wouldn't say it's a question, but it just kind of makes me think about the people that are worried about Game Pass. They're thinking that we're just going to get subpar games. Where is that? Those
It
big
does
heavy
make you
hitters.
worry. It does make you worry. So what to expect? For me, I feel like, all right, as long as, okay, we get, if they give us a couple subpar games, all right, you know, cool. But if it's like you still got, if they got enough heavy hitters behind it to back it up, then I'm not tripping over a couple subpar games. But if it's like if you got like one good game or two good games and eight trash games, like, yeah, I'm gonna be upset. Like, really, I
Mhm.
don't think I'm gonna keep spending my money just to play those two games. I'm gonna just wait for them new games to come out and subscribe in, and when I don't want to play, unsubscribe. And so they're kind of at this state where they have to start giving us content because really a lot of people have been riding on that free Game Pass stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I know I still am. Like, I think I might have another year maybe, or another,
Mhm.
maybe not. I don't know. But either
Yeah, me
way,
too.
so like eventually, if they really want to keep getting my money, they got to come up with something.
And
So.
I think they are. I was just curious to hear what your thoughts about this because it just made me think. Like once I heard that it was coming out on Game Pass, I'm like, what? First of all, I was like, this game looks skeptical to me anyway, and
Right.
then now that it's announced it's coming to Game Pass day one, it just confirmed my suspicions. And that's what I think. We'll see. Maybe I could be wrong. There has been game because I heard Outriders when it came out. It actually did pretty decent. Like people enjoyed it. So they had fun with it for what it was, and then we just moved on. Maybe this would be something like that. It came out, people will enjoy it, but of course, those other heavy hitters are going to come too, and it's up to Capcom pretty much to continue to do what they need to do to keep their audience happy and their community happy with that game. you know so that's all I had to say about that. Definitely wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Definitely, you guys, let me know what you think about Exo Primal coming to Game Pass day one. Is that a good sign? Is that a bad sign? Win-win? Pretty much a win for gamers. Let me hear your thoughts down below in the comments. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic here, which is Xbox is trying to sabotage Call of Duty on PlayStation. All right. So this is something that PlayStation is concerned about. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up an article I have here from IGN, and we'll go ahead and talk about why they think they could be sabotaged. All right. So like I said, this is an article on IGN.com, and the article states that Sony is claiming it's not happy with Microsoft's latest Call of Duty offer. Sony is worried Xbox will find ways to sabotage Call of Duty on PlayStation. In a new statement regarding these documents, Sony claimed that the 10-year-old deal in its current state would be bad for competition. And that's referring to the 10-year deal that Microsoft went ahead and they tried to give the deal to PlayStation, but they're not having it. They went ahead and offered that deal to Nintendo as well as, I believe, Steam. Nintendo and Steam went ahead and accepted it, but PlayStation is not trying to accept it at all because they think it's bad for competition. Sony wrote in a statement to GameIndustry.biz information regarding the terms of an offer made by Microsoft to provide future Call of Duty releases on PlayStation was redacted at the request of Microsoft. We believe their current offer will irreparably harm competition and innovation in the industry. Ooh. All right. And then also the article states some of Sony's listed concerns included Microsoft raising the price of Call of Duty on PlayStation, lowering the quality of the PlayStation version, not investing in the multiplayer experience on PlayStation, or making Call of Duty available only on Game Pass. All right. So those are pretty much Sony's concerns if Microsoft goes ahead and acquires Activision Blizzard. So Shane, what do you think about PlayStation and their concerns for Xbox potentially sabotaging Call of Duty on PlayStation? But this just popped up in my head. Before you answer, I remember reading an article where Microsoft went ahead and admitted, yes, that is something that they could do, but with deal in hand, they, will not do that, with the deal pretty much that they're going to keep all games. It's going to be a parity between the Xbox version and the PlayStation version. So with them doing that 10-year deal or whatever deal that they agree to, like those clauses are going to be included in that deal. So once a
Right.
deal has been made, Microsoft they said that they'll make sure that there's parity between both versions. Just wanted to throw that out there. But
Right.
continue, my brother. What do you think about these concerns?
Man. Uh okay, first off, let me start by saying I do feel as if Sony does have legitimate concerns about this because, it's a lot. If they, Microsoft did happen to get a better version or more cosmetics or something special about it or something to maybe enhance it just a little bit, it could drive people away. You know what I mean? Of course, and it will drive some. Now, how many we all don't know, but yes, it will drive some. But at the end of the day, I mean, Sony is really riding on Call of Duty. They must really make a boatload of dough through Call of Duty because this whole argument has everything's all been about Call of Duty, and this is way bigger than Call of Duty. But that's like what all the attention is drawn to. So it's like they must really be making a lot of money off this. Is all I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So they really just don't want this to go through inevitably. Like that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And they're gonna fight tooth and nail, and it's working. It's working a bit. You know what I mean? Microsoft seems to think that everything's cool and everything's fine, but of course they gotta play cool, and you know what I mean, and because they're going for the win. But I don't know, man. It's not. It's looking like they're painting a good picture, man. Sony's really trying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean,
But so I understand it, and really they want longer than the 10-year deal. That's what it is. They want either the lifetime, and they want it to be compatible, or they want them to have the best version. That period. Because if they could do a deal with them for 2 years of having it coming to call it their first for however long, for whatever long, they would do it.
oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, right. So what's the difference? Like they don't want to, you know what I mean? They don't want to have any chance of anybody becoming a market lead, really. So really, it's kind of like they're almost kind of like holding it hostage. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense, you know what I mean? By not letting, you know what I mean, this go through, not letting the deal go through. You know what I mean? They're blocking it.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I just think it's crazy that, you know, I think it's crazy that PlayStation, like you said, is really relying on Call of Duty. Like I'm pretty sure it is probably
But it is the number,
the
it has
breadwinner.
to be their
Yeah, I was
number
gonna
one breadwinner, or they would
like
not be going this hard at it. They would not be. It
mm,
has to be in at least top
but
three,
yeah, oh yeah, for
at
sure.
least.
It's top three and it's number one. Put it that way,
Right.
like because I
Facts.
like that game is just. I mean, I wouldn't say number. Well, yeah, every single year. I was about to say, what about like Grand Theft Auto or games like that? But because I'm thinking of like a common, game. Like I feel like Call of Duty. It's like people who aren't even gamers. That's a game they would pick up or even know brand recognition, anything. And people, if you know Call of Duty, people are going to associate Call of Duty with PlayStation. Period, point blank. And that's where my thoughts are coming from. It feels like it's crazy because Xbox had the marketing rights first, you know. Um, but I feel like in the 360 PlayStation 3 era, gaming wasn't as it was big then, but it's not as big as it is today. You know what I'm saying? Which is mind blowing to me because like Call of Duty was huge then, and Xbox didn't cry that they lost the rights to the marketing rights or anything like that. I know this is different marketing, potentially losing the game altogether. But Xbox is like, hey, we'll give you 10 years. And then that's just 10 years probably to save their butt. I'm sure when that 10 years is over with, they'll sign another 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just a contract by contract basis, I think. But like you said, I do agree. Like I've always said it from the get-go. I understand PlayStation to, have these concerns and things like that. But it seems like they're fight, like you said, they're fighting it, until the end. And I just hope that Call of Duty or PlayStation doesn't mess up the chance of getting Call of Duty on their platform because of them, being stubborn and not wanting to sign that deal.
How could they
That
mess up the chance though?
no, because I
We-
mean, to me, it seems like at first they were trying to hold off, like because they tried to give them this 10-year deal, like almost a year ago. I feel like maybe 9 months ago, they tried to give them this 10-year deal or thing, and like even now today, the article is saying that they still don't. It's not looking like they're going to come to an agreement at all. You know what I'm saying? And they said that there's some redacted stuff that we couldn't really know about. Maybe there's some concerns that we don't see. And that's why Sony is still like, but I'm like, how come Nintendo ain't tripping? How come Steam ain't tripping? You know what I'm saying? It's just PlayStation
right?
that's
How
tripping.
come exactly? So what's the big deal? If all exactly that looks suspect to begin with. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? That looks bad on Sony's part if you really look at the whole situation. Why is
Yeah.
nobody else is tripping about it but
Yeah.
y'all? And
Yeah.
y'all are what? The top dogs in the gaming industry. So if that
Exactly.
don't look funny, come on.
Yep. Exactly. And that's crazy. So um yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Just because I don't know, I just think it's crazy that Sony, people were making fun of Sony, like, yeah, Xbox could potentially release a buggy version on our system, and people will look at our system like it's not the premier console to get when playing Call of Duty. So they already know that once Xbox pretty much when you look at Call of Duty, people are going to start to think about Xbox now instead of PlayStation. Then they're going to
Nah,
be
they
like,
just
oh,
mad because people are gonna want to buy Xbox because they're
yeah,
gonna have to pay for Call of Duty on your
mhm,
PlayStation.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And they're
yeah,
just gonna want to buy Xbox and pay for Game Pass and get it over there
yeah,
instead of buying and playing. You know what I mean? Paying money on your PlayStation to play Call of Duty. Everybody's gonna say, "Well, I get it on Xbox. I get it on Game Pass. I get it on Game Pass." I'm like, "Oh, well, I gotta pay for the new Call of Duty." You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like.
yeah. I
So some
mean,
people are going, but a lot of people have both as well, but some people don't.
but I feel like I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I there's games that are like on Game Pass that Microsoft own that's also on the PlayStation Plus, like Fallout 76. You know, so I mean, I feel like it might not be day and date on PlayStation Plus, but I feel like eventually it's going to come out on PlayStation Plus. Like, why wouldn't it? Especially
Right.
if Sony is willing to agree and give them some money for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how the stipulations are with Fallout 76 on PlayStation Plus, but I know Call of Duty, that would be, yeah, it'll come out first. It's still not the best scenario for Sony, but it's not the worst. Like, imagine it never coming to PlayStation Plus. You know what I'm saying? So people will buy it. They'll rather play it on Game Pass first, invest in that, and then 9 to 12 months later, it'll come out on PlayStation Plus. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of a sticky situation because everybody is already. This is the third year that MLB The Show is going to be dropping on Game Pass, but it's not going to be on PlayStation Plus, and it's a PlayStation game.
That's wild. But
The
I
third year.
Microsoft dropped that bag for that or what? How did that happen?
I mean, Sony gotta be okay with it. gotta be okay.
Because they gotta have to pay something. Like,
They gotta be okay, bro. They gotta be okay with it. If they're not, it's y'all make the game. Your studio is making the game. It has the PlayStation Studios stamped on it, and yet this is the third year in a row that unless I need to, it can't be true. Like I can't even speak right now. It can't be true. Like I got to look up an article to see if it's coming out on PlayStation Plus because Sony's been pushing PlayStation Plus here heavy now because they know that Microsoft is killing the game when it comes to the Netflix of gaming with Game Pass. So, but how are you going to have that's like Microsoft releasing Minecraft, the new Minecraft Legends. It's coming out on PlayStation Plus, free to play for everybody who has PlayStation Plus, but all Xbox users have to pay for it. Think of like, I don't know. It just blows my mind. But nonetheless, you know, this was just a little update as to the whole war against Microsoft trying to buy Call of Duty. I know a lot of people are tired about it. I don't think we talked about it on the show in a while, so I just wanted to bring up this
facts.
little silly news.
I ain't
That
gonna lie, I'm sick of it. I'm
yeah,
just like either push it through or deny it. Like, let's move on to something else.
yeah.
Y'all taking too much time away from other stuff y'all could be focusing on. Like, man,
It's because it's a big deal,
both Sony and I mean, yeah, it is a big deal, but like, come on, man,
right? They
flip the
talk.
coin and let's keep it pushing.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next topic here, which is Starfield's new release date, baby. One get the probably the most anticipated game of this year. I'm not gonna lie. Can't think of any other game that's very, very, very hyped and most anticipated than Starfield. All right. So as you know, Starfield. Let me just pull up the article here. Talk about it. So this is another article that I pulled from IGN.com. And it says Starfield's delayed again, launches this September, baby. All right. So the article states
Let's
Bethesda
go.
has delayed Starfield once again, as the game will now launch in September for PC and Xbox Series X and S. There will also be a Starfield Direct on June 11th, right after the Xbox Game Showcase that's happening this year. In a new official launch date announcement trailer, Bethesda's Todd Howard confirmed that the highly anticipated game will release this year. We have poured ourselves into this game, and even I'm surprised how much we can pour. It is large. We're playing the game all the time, he explained. The Starfield Direct in June will provide a deep dive into the game, as Howard continued. There's so much that we will still have to show you. The game has so many of the hallmarks that you'd expect from us, but it's also a very unique experience. The game was originally set to launch on November 11th, 2022, but was delayed into the first half of 2023, and now finally has been confirmed for September 6th. All right. So, Shane, they went ahead and just dropped, I think it was on like a Wednesday. They went ahead and dropped a trailer pretty much letting us know when we can expect Starfield, which is officially September 6th, 2023. And they also went ahead and gave us a date on when we'll get another deep dive, another Starfield dedicated direct specifically for Starfield so we can know way more about this game, the story, and pretty much just a deep dive look because a lot of people still want to know what this game is. All right. So the main thing about this is people last year during E3 or the June time frame for the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase, they went ahead and showcased all the games that we will see within the next 12 months. So that's June 2022 to June 2023. Starfield was supposed to come out that year, but it got delayed. So a lot of people suspected this game was going to come out early half of 2023. It is March 2023 and nobody heard anything. So there were speculations that the game could have got delayed. Well, this is finally confirmed that it did get delayed only by 3 months instead of coming out before June 2023 or the end of it. It's coming out 3 months later in September. So what do you want to say about this? Is that a shame on Xbox for them delaying it 3 more months? Or are you excited that you just officially got a release date and you have something to look forward to?
At this point, man, I didn't think this game was ever coming out for real. I started to get a little worried, man. I thought it was gonna be a while. So I mean, to finally actually have a release date. I mean, at first, like I was, yeah, I'm a little excited, but now that I think about it, I'm like, we could get to the release date. It could always change.
Yep, exactly.
It could always be pushed back too. So I mean, hey, uh, I mean, but yeah, it is good to know finally a day that hey, we do have something to look forward to, and man, they better release this game on this day, or it's going to be some trouble. And
Preach.
this direct better go right. This and the showcase after better go right. They got a lot on the line right here because
I agree.
this time next year, I don't know if I'll be still subscribing to, a monthly subscriber to Game Pass every month if they ain't got something in there I want to play.
hmm Yeah, exactly. Like you've mentioned a little bit ago, like, your Game Pass subscription, you went ahead and got those 3 years, for the price of one, pretty much. So it's been nice to not having to pay that monthly fee. But eventually, who knows if that deal is still going to be available? You know what I'm saying? So it's like with them, they need to have that steady cadence, of games releasing and just games that you think will be worth investing the $15 for. You know what I'm saying? So, thankfully, like you said, I'm happy that we finally got a release date. It's coming out. It seems like they are very set on this date. Um, it just seems like they're just trying to polish this game out the best that they can. It's not like they're still developing the game. It's just that they're doing polishing because, Bethesda's nickname is Bugthesda. Like they do not want, any type of bugs, any game
Bug
breaking
Thespa.
bugs, anything. They do not want to be known for that this time around. So I feel like they know that there's a lot riding on in this game. So they went ahead and pretty much they delayed it 9 months instead of September, October, November, 10 months. They went ahead and delayed it 10 months from the original release date. Um, I feel like this is a perfect time. It seems like they may not have something slated for this fall, and this might be that game to first of all, the first half of 2023 seems stacked already. You got Diablo 4, the new Zelda game that's coming out. Tekken, is it to know Street Fighter 6? You know what I'm saying? Like the new Elder Scrolls Online expansion coming out. Redfall's coming out in May. It's already stacked like with heavy hitters. Like, so let's go ahead. September is usually the month that starts off the fall games. Why not go ahead and throw that in there? And then maybe, if not October, November, release the Forza game or Forza Motorsport if it's not already released already. You know what I'm saying? So you have those two big games for the holiday that'll carry you through until 2024. And then hopefully we have another outstanding year like we're shaping up to have this year. All right. But yeah, so I'm excited. So are you still excited for Starfield? Because I know I talked with
Man,
our
yeah, definitely. I'm definitely excited for it, man. Like I'm just ready for it. Like I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot about it and put it to the back of my mind just a little bit, just because like it's kind of like the Xbox and PlayStation stuff. Like you're just tired of, you know what I mean, hearing about pushback, this and that. Is it good? Is it bad? It looks bad. The bugs, this and that. Like you're just tired of hearing about the story. Like I'm just ready to see. I'm ready to play. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Period.
yeah, I agree. I'm excited for it too. I just want to see. I really just want to see this game. Really, that's why I'm excited for the direct. Like the video that they showed announcing everything. They had people in the background actually playing the game. So you got to see how it was going to be, but I want to see more than that. I want to see like you hopping from planet to planet, the space combat, how you can, customize your ship, and like how, oh, you make your ship big, it'll be slower. You make it small, it's not going to be as powerful, but it'll be quick and fat. Like, I don't know if it's anything like that. I'm just saying, just a deep dive on how everything works and how everything comes together to make this amazing. Like, this game is looking amazing, man. If it's true that there's like over 1,000 planets, I believe that's what they say. I forgot the number
That's
already.
crazy.
I think it's more than that, but it's just so many planets to explore. Like, come on now, come on now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
Like, it just seems like this game is it's so much
Too
riding
big
on
to
this game.
be true. Right,
Yeah,
exactly. This game seems unreal. Like
yeah,
if and if it's good, and if the planets are good, and if the gameplay, uh, we'll see. We'll see.
yeah,
Can they
yeah,
do it?
yep,
Can they
yeah.
do
We'll
it?
see.
This
We'll
game
see
right
if
here
if,
is
there's a
going to
1,000 planets,
define some
but
things.
like 900 of those planets are just to collect
The-
resources. Like, then I'd be mad. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
for
but if
sure.
it's like, I think they were saying, like I said, I kind of fell off on keeping up with this game because it's just been so long. But I remember like the the deets on this game was like crazy, like 1,000 planets. I want to say it's more than that, 1,000 explorable planets, and they all had like side missions and things to do on those planets. It's not just like, oh, this planet has all of this one resource. I need that to create this. Let me farm everything. No, you're gonna come across life, people, missions, yada yada yada. Boom, I'm in it on every single planet. I don't think anybody's gonna beat this game. Not in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. And it's just good to have this release date. Hopefully the direct it shows, I think it's going to be after the game showcase, which is their E3 version or their E3 showcase, even though they're not going to be part of E3 this year. So we shall see. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our next topic here, well, which are our final topic, which is Suicide Squad is getting delayed, question mark. And I say that it pretty much sounds like it's confirmed, but it hasn't been confirmed. So let me go ahead and pull up the article here. All right. Boom, boom. All right. So once again, article I pulled from IGN.com, and it says Suicide Squad killed the Justice League reportedly delayed again. There's no word on a new release date as of now. All right. So the article states Rocksteady Suicide Squad killed the Justice League appears to be facing another delay. According to a report from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, Warner Brothers has delayed the game from its May 26th release date. This comes after fan backlash from the gameplay shown in Sony's most recent State of Play. However, as Schreier noted, delays like this are mainly for polish rather than overhauling the gameplay elements fans weren't fond of in the last month's reveal. The information comes from an anonymous source with direct knowledge of the matter. According to Bloomberg, a new release date has not yet been clear. The State of Play's big gameplay showcase confirmed that Suicide Squad will be a live service game with a battle pass, an RPG-style gear system, and a required online connection. The game takes place in Rocksteady's Arkhamverse, but it looks like a big departure from the Arkham games that came before it. This isn't the first time Suicide Squad has been hit with a delay. Last year, Rocksteady pushed the game out of 2022 for a spring release 2023. All right. So, Shane, go ahead and throw it to you. See you there. What do you
Bet.
think? I don't know. I don't know if what you've been thinking about this game, Suicide Squad. I know me. I have friends that are really into this game. I really like the Batman Arkham Asylum games. They're definitely one of my favorite. I would say friend series. Um, So this game, known that it's made by Rocksteady, the people that made those games what they were, they showed this game, kind of little skeptical about it. I was one of them people that was given the backlash to the gameplay that was shown last month. What do you think about this? And should we be worried?
Yes, I'd be afraid for sure. Uh, I'm not really okay. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of the games. I'm not really into the comic book DC universe, all that stuff. I don't know much about it. I know the characters. I don't know the story, none of that. But just from what I seen when I seen the game, I was interested at first, but it just had me interested. Like, hey, okay, what is this about? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what do you do in the game? What's it going to be? Had me interested in like, okay, what the game was like, well, what you were going to do in the game. You know what I mean? As these characters and whatnot, and just I don't know, bro. Like, what I mean, well, still, I don't know much about it. You know what I mean? Like, and then the delay, and then another delay, and it's live service. That right, all those right there, that just starts to trigger red flags. Like, hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh no, watch out, So I'm a little skeptical just off of that, and that's just basically how I feel about it. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that's it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm a little
So
worried about what this game is going to look like. You know what I mean? How they're going to go about it. Like, it's more of those. It's wait and see.
yeah, I
Like,
agree. I
what
mean,
else can we do?
I think it's not a good look, like you said. Definitely it was not shown well. Like I don't think the reception was very well. It looks like a big departure from what we know from those games. I was trying to tell with my boy. My boy's really big in DC and DC Comics, I should say, not District of Columbia. But he's really big in the DC Comics and stuff. And he was hyped for Gotham Knights that came out last year, even though there was a little skepticism about those games as well, but we were still hyped. He ended up purchasing the game, was let down. You know what I'm saying? He was let down. Me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just wait for a sale, you know what I'm saying, before I jump into it. So with the same skepticism, pretty much with this game, you would think he would kind of fall back, but he's actually like really into this game still. So hopefully he's right and he's not going 2 for 2 or 0 and 2, when it comes to these
Right.
games both being duds. But it's just not looking good for me. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. They said that this is probably for polishing, but it can't be no polishing for the simple reason they announced the game less than a month ago, or they announced the release date less than a month ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago was when they showed this game off and said, "Hey, we're coming out May 26th." And 2 weeks later, they're like, matter of fact, it's delayed. Come on now. They're saying it's possibly going to be delayed to 2024. That lets me know it's not just polishing if it is 2024. That lets me know they're going to change some gameplay elements because it seems like this game is not going to do well for them. And not only that, this is made by Warner. This is published by Warner Brothers. They were the ones behind Cyberpunk. They're not taking any chances with any games anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, up, it's not going to sell. Yeah, we're going to pull that back. Even though they did release Gotham Knights last year, I feel like there's a lot riding on, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see. I don't know. Hopefully they're able to, this is just something, they just got excited, thought they could pull through in May, give us a date to look forward to, but they're like, hey, we just found a big issue that we got to resolve. The game is going to come out later this
Facts.
year. We just have to push it back. So, but yeah, that's all. Did you have anything before we go ahead and wrap up the show here?
Beware. Just wait to play. Wait till it come out. Check the reviews.
Yes, big facts.
Nah, but that's it, man.
All right, well,
No.
definitely. You guys go ahead and let me know what you guys think about this delay down there in the comics, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this show. All right, so um, I just want to go ahead and thank you guys for making it to the end of the show. As always, really love that you guys are rocking with us. We went ahead and talked about pretty much we went ahead and talked about Xbox trying to sabotage Call of Duty on PlayStation. We went ahead and talked about if games being announced that it's coming out on Game Pass right before it's about to release, if that's a bad thing. We also talked about Starfield's new release date and new direct coming out later this year, as well as Suicide Squad getting delayed. So go ahead and let us know what you guys think about in the comments about the topics we discussed. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate that, as well as follow our Twitter handle at Gamers Anonymous on Twitter. That is at GAMRSANONYMOUS. It's Gamers Anonymous without the E. All right. So go ahead and follow us on Twitter. We post when our new we post gaming related news when things drop. We tend to post it out on there, as well as on my personal Twitter feed as well, which is at Donny Tress, DONNYTR, the number 3S. Go ahead and follow me there. I'll follow you back. Talk about nothing but games, music, sports, anything, pop culture related. I am your man. I am the guy to be on there. So to follow anyway. So Shane, where could these people follow you at?
That's at Terp Tech. It should be on the screen somewhere. And that's at TURPTECH on Twitter. Get at me.
Yes, sir. So make sure you follow him. Once again, thank you. Follow and subscribe. It's been fun. And of course, we always keep it real here. But of course, until next time, never stop gaming.